chosen one. God said, shut your mouth completely. He is very serious about this. You cannot afford to ignore what is being spoken over your life right now, because a moment of carelessness could cost you something you have been waiting for your entire life to receive. I am telling you clearly and without confusion that silence is your protection in this season, and speaking too soon will open doors that should have remained closed. There are blessings forming around you, but they are fragile in their early stage, and your words have the power to either protect them or destroy them. If you feel this stirring inside you, do not scroll away, because what is being revealed here is tied directly to your breakthrough and your peace. Type Amen to affirm. I am not asking you to be silent out of fear, but out of wisdom that comes from a place higher than your understanding. There are people watching you who do not celebrate you, and there are ears listening that do not carry good intentions for your future. When you speak too much about what I am doing in your life, you invite unnecessary resistance and spiritual interference that delays what was already set in motion. Silence is not weakness, it is strategy, and it is the shield I am placing over you right now. What you are carrying is too valuable to be exposed before its time. There is something very important I need you to do in this moment, and it may feel small, but it carries deep meaning. Take a second to like this video as an act of agreement, because it is not about the action itself, it is about aligning your heart with what is being released over your life right now. This simple step becomes a quiet declaration that you are ready to receive what I have prepared, and that you trust the direction I am guiding you in. When you respond with obedience in even the smallest ways, you position yourself closer to the blessing that is already moving toward you. Do not overlook this moment, because your agreement matters more than you realize. I am calling you chosen for a reason, and that reason is not just about being set apart, but about being trusted with things others are not ready to carry. You have been through seasons where you felt misunderstood, where your silence was mistaken for weakness, and where your restraint made you feel invisible. But what you did not see was how your quiet endurance was building strength inside you that could not be shaken by noise or distraction. Now that I am about to release something into your life, that same silence becomes your greatest protection. You are not meant to announce everything, because not everything is meant to be heard by everyone. When you talk too much about what is coming, you give access to those who were never meant to stand in your circle. Not everyone who smiles at you carries good intentions, and not every listener is rooting for your success. There are people who will take your words, twist them, and use them to slow down what I have planned for you. That is why I am being serious when I tell you to shut your mouth completely about certain things. It is not punishment, it is preservation, and it is how I keep what belongs to you safe from interference. Type 777 if you trust in Jesus. I see the excitement building inside you, and I understand the desire to share your progress, your ideas, and your next steps. But this is not the time to seek validation from others, because what I am doing does not require their approval. The more you speak, the more you expose, and the more you expose, the more you risk unnecessary delays. Silence keeps you focused, and focus keeps you aligned with the path I have already set for you. There is a quiet strength growing in you, and it is preparing you for something that will speak for itself when the time is right. There is also a deeper reason behind this instruction, one that touches your spirit in a way words cannot fully explain. When you remain silent, you become more aware of my voice, and you begin to hear guidance that would have been lost in the noise of your own thoughts and conversations. Silence creates space for clarity, and clarity leads to wise decisions that protect your future. I am not taking anything away from you. I am sharpening your awareness so that you can move with confidence and peace. What you are stepping into requires discernment, and discernment grows in quiet places. Do not feel pressured by others who question your silence or try to pull information out of you. Their curiosity is not your responsibility, and their expectations do not define your actions. You are walking a path that requires discipline, and discipline often looks like restraint when others expect expression. The more you honor this instruction, the more you will notice how situations begin to shift in your favor without you having to explain or defend anything. Your silence will speak louder than any explanation you could give. I am protecting you from unnecessary battles that would have drained your energy and distracted you from your purpose. There are things happening behind the scenes that you cannot see, and your silence is allowing those things to unfold without interruption. If you speak too soon, you interrupt a process that is carefully being arranged for your benefit. Trust that what I am doing does not need to be announced to be effective. It only needs your obedience and your patience. Every time you resist the urge to explain yourself or reveal what you are working on, you are cooperating with something greater than your understanding. This is not about hiding, it is about timing, and timing is what determines whether something flourishes or falls apart. What you are stepping into is delicate in its early stage, and it must be protected with silence until it gains strength. Why is the government trying so hard to hide this 7-second brain ritual? A major CIA leak has exposed a short brain practice that is helping ordinary people clear debt and welcome wealth. Supported by 4 neuroscience labs, this simple home method is turning financial struggles into better lives. New homes, vehicles, and vacations are becoming possible. But this secret could be pulled down at any moment. Click the link in the description and comments before it disappears. You have entered a season where not everything deserves your response, and not every situation requires your voice. There were times in your past when you felt the need to defend yourself, to prove your intentions, or to explain your decisions so others could understand you. But now I am teaching you a different way, one that is rooted in confidence and trust rather than reaction. When you stay silent, you deny access to those who are looking for ways to misinterpret you. Your peace increases when you stop feeding every conversation and every opinion that comes your way. Type 1010 if you walk by faith. I know there is a part of you that still feels the pressure to speak, especially when you feel misunderstood or overlooked. That pressure is familiar, but it is not coming from the place where I am leading you. I am guiding you into a place where your identity is not dependent on what others think or say about you. When you learn to remain quiet in moments where you once would have reacted, you begin to experience a new level of strength that cannot be shaken. That strength comes from knowing that I am handling what you no longer need to control. There are conversations happening behind your back that you are not aware of, but they do not have the power you think they do. The reason they do not affect your future is because I have already placed a covering over you that blocks what was meant to harm you. If you step out of that covering by speaking too much, you expose yourself to things that were never meant to reach you. Silence keeps you under protection, and protection keeps you moving forward without unnecessary interference. You are safer than you realize when you choose restraint over reaction. You are also being prepared for a level of favor that will attract attention, and not all of that attention will be positive. When doors begin to open for you, there will be people who suddenly become curious about your life, your plans, and your progress. They will ask questions that seem harmless, but their intentions are not always pure. This is why I am instructing you now, before those moments arrive, so that you are already disciplined when the opportunity to speak presents itself. Preparation is not just about what you do, it is about what you choose not to say. There is power in keeping certain things between you and me, because that sacred space cannot be touched by outside influence. When everything is shared, nothing remains protected, and protection is what sustains growth. You have been given ideas, visions, and opportunities that are meant to develop quietly before they are revealed. If you expose them too early, you invite opinions that can plant doubt and confusion in your mind. Guard what I have given you, not out of fear, but out of respect for its value. Type 222 to receive blessings. There will be moments when silence feels uncomfortable, especially when others expect you to respond or contribute. You may feel like you are holding back too much, or that you are not being your true self. But your true self is not defined by constant expression. It is defined by alignment with the direction I am leading you in. When you trust me enough to stay quiet, you show a level of faith that goes beyond words. That faith becomes the foundation for everything that is about to be built in your life. I am also teaching you to listen in a way you have never listened before. When you are not focused on what you will say next, you begin to hear what others are really revealing through their words and actions. Discernment grows in silence, and discernment protects you from making connections that would lead you away from your purpose. You will start to notice patterns, intentions, and truths that were previously hidden from you. This awareness is a gift, and it is made possible by your willingness to be still. Do not confuse silence with passivity, because what is happening within you is active and transformative. You are being refined, sharpened, and strengthened in ways that will prepare you for responsibilities you have not yet fully seen. Speaking less allows you to observe more, and observation leads to better decisions. You are stepping into a level of maturity that requires control, and control is built through discipline. Every moment you choose silence, you are strengthening that discipline. There are also relationships around you that are being tested without you even realizing it. When you stop sharing everything, you begin to see who respects your boundaries and who tries to push past them. This reveals who truly values you and who only values what they can gain from you. Silence becomes a filter that separates genuine connections from those built on curiosity or convenience. Pay attention to how people respond when you give less, because their reactions will tell you everything you need to know. You are not being isolated, you are being positioned. There is a difference, and that difference will become clear as time goes on. Isolation leaves you feeling empty and disconnected, but positioning aligns you with purpose and direction. What you are experiencing now is not loss. It is preparation for something greater. The quiet moments are not wasted. They are being used to build something solid within you that cannot be easily shaken. As you continue to walk in this instruction, you will begin to notice a peace that replaces the need to constantly explain yourself. That peace will guard your mind and keep you steady even when situations around you feel uncertain. You will no longer feel the urgency to respond to every comment or defend every misunderstanding. Instead, you will move with confidence, knowing that what is meant for you cannot be taken away by words or opinions. Your silence will become a reflection of your trust. Do you know why everyone is talking about this 7-second CIA ritual? A brainwave technique leaked from the CIA is changing lives around the world. Backed by neuroscience, this 7-second method helps regular people attract money, freedom, and luxury. If you are seeing this, you are very lucky, because the page may vanish soon. Click the link in the description and comments to learn the secret before it is deleted. You are being trained to carry weight without collapsing under it, and that kind of strength is not developed in loud environments. It is built in stillness, where you learn how to stand firm without needing constant reassurance or validation. There will be moments when you feel like speaking would bring relief, but I am asking you to trust that holding back is building something far more valuable. Every time you choose restraint, you are proving that you are ready for a higher level of responsibility. What I am preparing you for cannot be handled by someone who speaks without thinking. Type 555 to affirm. You have spoken in past seasons, and some of those words brought consequences that taught you lessons you will never forget. I allowed those moments not to punish you, but to show you the power your words carry. Now you are stepping into a season where your words will have even greater impact, which is why discipline is necessary. If you learn control now, your voice will later become a tool that builds, protects, and leads. But if you ignore this instruction, you risk repeating patterns that could delay what is already on its way to you. There are people who are quietly observing you, studying how you move, how you speak, and how you respond to pressure. Not all of them are against you, but not all of them are for you either. Some are waiting for you to reveal too much, so they can use it to their advantage. This is why your silence matters more than you realize, because it removes the information they are looking for. When you say less, you give less access, and when you give less access, you protect your position. I am also teaching you patience through this silence, because patience is what keeps you steady when things do not happen as quickly as you expect. When you speak too soon, it often comes from a place of impatience, a desire to make something happen faster or to feel a sense of control. But what I am doing in your life does not require your interference, it requires your trust. Silence becomes a way of surrendering control and allowing things to unfold as they should. That surrender is not weakness, it is alignment with something greater. Type 1111 if you believe. There will be moments when others around you are talking, sharing, and revealing everything about their lives, and you may feel out of place because you are holding back. Do not let that feeling deceive you into thinking you are missing out or doing something wrong. You are operating under a different instruction, one that is tailored to your path and your purpose. What works for others will not always work for you, and what is safe for them may not be safe for you. Honor the direction you have been given, even when it looks different from what others are doing. Your silence is also creating space for me to work in ways you cannot see. There are conversations I am handling on your behalf, opportunities being aligned, and obstacles being removed without your involvement. If you step in with your own words, you disrupt a process that is already being taken care of. Trust that what is happening behind the scenes is working in your favor, even if you do not have all the details. You do not need to know everything to trust that I am guiding you. You may also notice that as you become more silent, certain people begin to drift away or lose interest in your life. Do not be discouraged by this, because it is part of the process of refining your environment. Some connections were only sustained by constant sharing and communication, and when that changes, their true nature is revealed. Those who are meant to remain will respect your space and your boundaries without demanding more from you. This is how your circle becomes stronger and more aligned with your future. I am helping you break the habit of oversharing, because that habit has cost you more than you realize. It has exposed your plans to people who were not meant to know them, and it has opened doors to opinions that created doubt in your mind. Now you are learning to protect what is yours before it is fully formed. This is how you avoid unnecessary setbacks and maintain the momentum that is building in your life. What you keep private now will later become something that speaks for itself without explanation. You are also developing a deeper connection with me through this silence. When you are not constantly speaking to others, you become more aware of my presence and my guidance. You start to notice subtle directions, quiet nudges, and a sense of peace that guides your decisions. This is how you learn to move with confidence, even when the path is not fully visible. Your trust grows stronger when you rely less on external voices and more on what I am placing within you. There is a strength rising in you that cannot be shaken by opinions, misunderstandings, or outside pressure. This strength is not loud or aggressive, it is calm, steady, and rooted in trust. It allows you to move forward without needing to explain every step or justify every decision. You will begin to notice how much energy you save when you stop engaging in unnecessary conversations and arguments. That energy can then be directed toward what truly matters. What I am building in you will soon become visible, and when it does, it will not need an introduction or an explanation. People will see the results, the peace, and the favor on your life, and they will recognize that something has shifted. But they will not know the discipline, the silence, and the obedience that made it possible. That is between you and me, and it is what makes your journey unique. Stay committed to this process, because it is shaping you into someone who can carry what is coming. What if a tiny 7-second brain ritual could erase your debt and open the door to real abundance? A leaked CIA document has revealed a simple 7-second method, now helping everyday people get out of debt and draw in wealth. Tested by 4 leading neuroscience labs, this easy home practice is turning money problems into better lifestyles. People are getting new homes, cars, and travel experiences. But this information could be removed at any moment. Click the link in the description and comments before it disappears. Do not be tempted to break your silence just because things start to improve or because you feel more confident. That is often the moment when people lose their discipline and expose what should have remained protected. You will begin to see intentions behind words, patterns behind actions, and truths behind situations that once confused you. This level of awareness is not given to those who constantly speak. It is given to those who are willing to be still. You are being trusted with this awareness because you are ready to handle it. There is a reason your life has been different, why certain connections never lasted, and why some doors closed when you thought they should have remained open. It was not rejection, it was protection that you could not fully see at the time. Now you are stepping into a place where you will understand those moments more clearly, because silence is sharpening your perception. You will begin to recognize how many times you were saved from situations that would have drained you or delayed you. This realization will not come through noise, it will come through quiet reflection and deeper insight. Type 1212 to claim miracles. You are also being taught emotional control in a way that will change how you respond to everything around you. In the past, certain words, actions, or situations would have triggered immediate reactions from you. You would have felt the need to respond, to correct, or to defend yourself without hesitation. But now you are learning to pause, to observe, and to choose your response carefully or not respond at all. This shift may feel uncomfortable at first, but it is building a level of maturity that will set you apart in every environment you enter. There are moments coming where your silence will confuse people, and that confusion will reveal more than their words ever could. Some will expect you to react the way you used to, and when you do not, they will expose their true intentions through their frustration. This is how you will see who was depending on your reactions and who truly respects your growth. Silence will act as a mirror, reflecting the reality of those around you without you having to question it. Pay attention to these moments, because they will guide you in choosing who deserves access to your life. I am also strengthening your ability to trust yourself, because when you stop seeking constant input from others, you begin to rely more on the understanding I have placed within you. You will notice that your decisions become clearer, your direction becomes stronger, and your confidence begins to grow from within rather than from outside approval. This is how you step into a life that is led, not influenced by every voice around you. You are becoming someone who moves with certainty, even in silence. Type 1010 if you trust God. There is a deep peace that comes with not having to explain yourself, and that peace is something you are about to experience more consistently. You will no longer feel the need to justify your choices or make others comfortable with your direction. Instead, you will move quietly, knowing that what you are doing is aligned with what I have placed on your heart. This peace will guard you from unnecessary stress and keep your mind clear even when things around you feel uncertain. It is a peace that comes from trust, not from control. You are also being prepared to handle success in a way that does not attract unnecessary attention or pressure. When what I am doing in your life begins to show on the outside, there will be people who try to get closer to you for reasons that are not genuine. Your silence now is teaching you how to navigate those moments without exposing yourself to manipulation or distraction. You will know how to keep certain things private while still moving forward with confidence. This balance will protect your growth and keep you grounded. There are opportunities forming that you do not yet see, and they are being aligned with precision that does not require your interference. If you were to speak too soon about your plans or expectations, you could unintentionally shift the direction of those opportunities. Silence allows everything to come together without disruption, creating outcomes that are better than what you could have planned on your own. Trust that what is being arranged does not need your commentary, it needs your patience. What is meant for you is already finding its way to you. You may also begin to notice that your conversations become more intentional and more meaningful. Instead of speaking just to fill space, you will speak with purpose when the time is right. Your words will carry more weight because they are not used carelessly or excessively. People will begin to listen differently when you do speak, because they will recognize that your voice is not driven by impulse. This is how your presence becomes more impactful without you having to force it. There is also a healing taking place within you that is connected to this silence. Old wounds that once made you feel the need to over-explain or seek validation are being addressed in a quiet and steady way. You are learning that your worth is not determined by how much you share or how much others understand you. Your worth is already established, and it does not require constant confirmation. This understanding will free you from patterns that once held you back. I am also showing you how to move with wisdom in environments that are not always aligned with your growth. There will be places where speaking too much could create unnecessary tension or expose you to unwanted attention. Your silence will act as a guide, helping you navigate those situations without conflict or complication. You will know when to engage and when to step back, and that awareness will protect your peace. This is how you move through life without being pulled into every situation around you. Could a CIA-revealed brain ritual be the quickest path to a life of luxury? Newly uncovered CIA research has exposed a powerful brainwave method that is helping ordinary people attract wealth almost immediately. This 7-second at-home ritual, verified by 4 neuroscience labs, is shifting people from debt to dream houses, cars, and trips. If you are seeing this, you are fortunate, because this page might be taken down soon. Click the link in the description and comments to learn the secret before it is gone. What you are becoming through this process is someone who cannot be easily shaken or influenced. Your foundation is being built on something deeper than opinions or temporary circumstances. This foundation will support you when challenges arise and keep you steady when things change unexpectedly. You will not need to rely on constant reassurance, because your confidence will come from a place that is not easily disturbed. This is the strength that comes from alignment and discipline. It will stand on its own, strong and undeniable, because it was built in silence and protected in obedience. That is why I have been so serious with you about this, because what is coming cannot survive careless exposure. You are not being restricted, you are being prepared for something that must be handled with wisdom. You have already felt the shift, even if you could not fully explain it to yourself. There is a distance growing between you and the need to constantly express everything, and in that distance, a new kind of peace is taking root. This peace is not dependent on being understood by others. It is rooted in knowing that you are aligned with something greater than opinions. When you stop trying to make everyone understand your journey, you free yourself from a burden that was never meant for you to carry. You begin to walk lighter, think clearer, and move with a quiet confidence that does not need to announce itself. Type 777 if you trust in Jesus. There are also doors that are being kept closed for now, not because you are being denied, but because the timing is still being perfected. If you were to speak too soon about what you desire, or what you are working toward, you could create pressure that leads to premature action. That premature action would not produce the result you are expecting, and it could cause unnecessary frustration. Silence allows those doors to open at the right time, in the right way, without force or confusion. Trust that what is delayed is not denied, it is being aligned. You are learning how to carry things privately, and that is a skill that will protect you in ways you cannot yet fully measure. Not everything needs to be shared to be real, and not everything needs to be spoken to be powerful. Some of the most important shifts in your life will happen quietly, without attention, without announcement, and without explanation. That is where true growth takes place, in the hidden spaces where it is not influenced by outside voices. What grows in silence develops strength that cannot be easily shaken. There will be moments when you are tempted to break this discipline, especially when you feel excitement or when something positive begins to unfold. That temptation will come softly, making it seem harmless to share just a little or to let someone in on what is happening. But you must remember that even a small opening can lead to larger exposure, and exposure invites influence. Stay aware in those moments and remind yourself why you chose silence in the first place. You are protecting something that is still in its becoming stage. Type 222 to receive blessings. You are also being taught to trust the process without needing constant updates or reassurance. In the past, you may have felt the need to talk things through repeatedly, seeking clarity from others or looking for confirmation that you were on the right path. But now you are learning to sit with things, to let them unfold, and to trust that what needs to become clear will become clear at the right time. This kind of trust is quiet, steady, and deeply rooted. It does not rush, and it does not panic when things are not immediately visible. I am also showing you that not every thought needs to be spoken, and not every feeling needs to be expressed outwardly. There is wisdom in filtering what you allow to leave your mouth, because your words carry weight and influence. When you speak less, your words become more intentional, more precise, and more impactful. You will notice that when you do speak, people listen differently, because your voice is no longer constant noise. It becomes something that carries meaning and direction. There is a protection that comes with being misunderstood, and this may be something you are only now beginning to understand. When people do not fully know what you are doing or where you are going, they cannot interfere with it in the same way. Misunderstanding creates a barrier that keeps certain energies and intentions at a distance. This is not about hiding who you are. It is about allowing only the right people to truly know you. Not everyone is meant to have full access to your life. You are also stepping into a space where your actions will speak louder than anything you could say. Instead of explaining your plans or defending your decisions, you will simply move forward and let the results reveal the truth. This kind of movement is powerful because it removes the need for constant justification. It allows you to stay focused on what matters instead of being pulled into conversations that do not serve your growth. Your life will begin to reflect your discipline in ways that others cannot ignore. There is a refinement happening in your character, shaping you into someone who can be trusted with greater responsibility and greater influence. This refinement is not always comfortable, but it is necessary for where you are going. You are learning to hold things with care, to move with intention, and to speak with purpose when the time is right. These qualities will set you apart in every area of your life, from your relationships to your work to your personal growth. You are becoming someone who carries weight without being overwhelmed by it. Is it actually possible for a 7-second ritual to turn financial hardship into sudden prosperity? A leaked CIA-backed study introduces a short money ritual that is already changing lives. Approved by 4 neuroscience labs, it retrains your mind to pull money toward you. People who were once struggling are now living their ideal lives with luxury homes, new vehicles, and travel. But this information may not stay online. Click the description and comments now before it is permanently removed. I am also removing the need for you to prove yourself, because proving yourself often leads to unnecessary exposure and wasted energy. You do not need to convince anyone of your worth, your direction, or your calling. What is meant for you will recognize you without explanation, and what is not meant for you will not be able to stay, no matter how much you try to explain. This understanding will free you from the pressure to constantly speak and justify. It will allow you to rest in the knowledge that you are already enough.